Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Preston here, and this is the Bank of America Roval 400 NASCAR Cup Series race review. And yeah, congratulations to Shane Van Gisbergen, continuing to show once again why he's going to be considered one of the greatest NASCAR road course racers in the history of the sport. And he just ran a great race today. There was some strategy calls that made him like lose positions. He was able to drive his way up through the field, battle with guys like Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell. Ultimately, he was able to get by them, and yeah, he was able to pull on through and win it. So congratulations to Shane Van Gisbergen. Um, Man, Shane Van Gisbergen today did look beatable. He did look beatable. I don't think his car wasn't as fast as the other road course races that he's won, but he was able to push through, man. But like, man, Larson and Christopher Bell, like they were hard charging, man. Like Kyle Larson did win this race last season, and Christopher Bell, like he is he is one of the best road course racers in the Cup Series right now when it comes to finishes. So yeah, I just gotta say that. Um, so, man, this race had a lot when it comes to strategy and especially tire strategy, man. The tire strategy was, was all over the place. You had drivers, giving up points to get tires and drivers like staying out. And the main talk for this race review, well, the main talk for this race in general was the playoff situation, the playoff cut line. Coming into this race, Ross Chastain, Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, and Austin Cindric were all the drivers below the cut line heading into this race. And yeah, first let's just talk. We're gonna save Ross Chastain for last. Talk about 2311 Racing first. 2311 Racing, man, they just didn't have the pace today. They didn't. Tyler Reddick did win the pole though, but just didn't have it, man. All I gotta say is just didn't really have it, man. Tyler Reddick, as a 2311 Racing fan, did I feel like 2311 Racing regressed in some way? Sorta. I mean, Tyler Reddick, he didn't win at all this year so far, and he made it to the championship four last year, and now gets eliminated in the round of 12 and doesn't have even a single win yet. Bubba Wallace, though, he exceeded my expectations for this season. I have no idea how Charles Denick was gonna do for Bubba Wallace this season, and a matter of fact, Bubba only got better. This is so far Bubba's best season of his career when it comes to statistics, and he's only going to get better from here, man. Bubba's only going to get better from here. I see Bubba Wallace making the playoffs next year. Like I am very optimistic about Bubba Wallace heading into 2026. I really am. So, in 2311 Racing, hopefully let's just see how this lawsuit situation goes on surrounding them. Hopefully they can get their charters. Um, because of course, the trial and everything's in December, so we're gonna have to wait and see how the charter situation in the future goes in terms of that situation. So, yeah, I'm optimistic for Bubba in 2026 and Tyler Reddick, man. Hopefully, this was a regression from the 45 team this year, like I said, but in my opinion, he'll be back. He'll be back next year. Hopefully, he can get a win at some point soon. So yeah. So that's 2311 Racing for you. And then Austin Cindric, man. Everything that you could go wrong for Cindric went wrong. Penalties, there was like, I think he had like some sort of, I'm not sure if he had a penalty there or some sort. Something tells me he did, but he like, oh yeah, I think he cut the course. I think he cut the course trying to avoid like a wreck or something. And then he just got in that scuffle with Carson Hocevar. Just bad break, bad luck for Austin Cindric, man. Just bad luck for Austin Cindric. So yeah. So now let's talk about what actually happened in this race. And I gotta go tell you guys. Just go ahead and just pull up the results just to tell you guys. Joey Logano, continuing about the playoffs. Joey Logano came into this race plus 13 above the cut line. And now let's get down to Ross Chastain. This is when we talk about we're actually heading into the race. Ross Chastain, he outran Joey Logano for the majority of this race, practically all of this race. But mistakes cost him. Mistakes ultimately cost him, guys. He I don't know, I don't know if he was just what was Ross. I don't have no idea what Ross was trying to do there. I don't know if he was trying to go faster around the outside to gain positions. I don't. That was weird. Like Ross Chastain literally overshoot like the turn to get off of pit road. Like that was definitely on Ross, man. To me, he just wasn't paying attention. Just no awareness when it comes to going on the pit road. I think Ross Chastain just was like zoned out. That's what I felt like. And then had too fast exiting pit road as well that cost Ross. So that was in the final stages of the race. And Joey Logano, man, he got outran by Ross Chastain today. And Ross Chastain's mistakes is what got Logano in the championship for. Now, I'll give credit to Paul Wolf for having that gut strategy in play. Like, calling Joey Logano to pit down for 9 laps to go, putting on 4 fresh tires, was able to barely avoid, like, anything that can go wrong. And Ross Chastain just fell back on those older tires, and he tried that desperation move on Denny Hamlin, and ultimately it just didn't work. Like Ross just completely sent it in there into the chicane and got into Denny Hamlin and ended up both taking himself and Denny out. So yeah, Denny, as a Denny Hamlin fan myself, I definitely give Ross a pass on this one because of the situation he was in. But this playoff format, like I said, it's just gonna have situations that can look ugly like this. So I mean, I can't fault Ross Chastain for this. I really can't. It's just because it's just how this playoff format is. It can create situations like this, so I can't fault him. I'll give him a pass for this one. So, so yeah, I mean, I know Denny and Ross. You guys know Denny and Ross has had a beef back in 2022. You guys all know that, like early in the next gen era. But like I said, I'll give Ross a pass on this one, man. And he and after his post race interview, he owned up to everything, saying he was terrible, like just not the best. And I mean, I do agree. I mean, there were some mistakes that were completely avoidable. Ross completely outran him. He outpointed Logano, and when it comes to stage points, outran him, and just missed 2 mistakes. Those mistakes just cost him. Those mistakes just cost him. So yeah. So now I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys the stage winners. Shane Van Gisbergen won stage one. Ryan Blaney won stage two. And yeah, so those are the stage winners. If you want to know how my take this is on the race, I feel like this race was better than last year. And I know, guys, like I felt like this tire compound that we had today. I mean, it can create a lot of tire strategy. There was definitely passing. I felt like I feel like this is the best road course race of the season in my opinion. It's it's right up there with Coda for the best road course race of the season. So yeah, and like I said, congratulations to Shane Van Gisbergen. This is his 5th road course win of the season. He has 4 more to catch up to Jeff Gordon when it comes to being the best all-time road course racer when it comes to wins. But he's gonna get it by next year, guys. I am not surprised Shane Van Gisbergen when I actually picked him to win today's race. Not surprised. Not surprised by this result at all. So yeah. Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell, though, they were the ones that really put a lot of pressure on SVG. With Kyle Larson, man, trying to defend SVG making contact with Larson. Larson just wasn't really having it and just giving it back. Like, it was definitely intense, that's for sure. And Christopher Bell came up in the picture, pitted late, but ultimately he still ended up finishing third. So yeah, guys. So now I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys the race results. All right, everybody, here is the race results. Shane Van Gisbergen gets his 5th road course win of the season, finishes first. Kyle Larson finishes second. Like I said, he was up there. Put a lot of pressure on SVG, that's for sure. Christopher Bell finishes third. He was also in that battle. Chris Buescher, shout out to Chris Buescher, man. He was in the top 10 mix for pretty much the majority of the day. Michael McDowell too. He was in the top 15 too. Shout out to McDowell, top 5. Ryan Freese, 6th. Daniel Suarez, Trackhouse overall today. I feel like I had pretty good speed when it comes to, the cars. But, you know, I feel like Daniel Suarez, man, this is one of his better races of the season. So shout out to Daniel Suarez. Chase Elliott, 8th. AJ Allmendinger, we all know that road course races are his biggest strength. He ends up finishing 9th. Tyler Reddick, like I said, he just didn't have it today. Like the strategies just didn't work out. Just didn't have the pace as the other drivers. So yeah, unfortunate for both. As a 2311 Racing fan, both Bubba and Tyler Reddick are out. William Byron finishes 11th, Ty Gibbs 12th, Ryan Blaney 13th, Chase Briscoe 14th, who was actually battling with nausea. So yeah, great resilience from Chase Briscoe. Bubba Wallace went up finishing 15th. Unfortunately, Reddick, Chastain, and Austin Cindric are all eliminated. Josh Berry 16th, Todd Gillen 17th, Alex Bowman 18th, Ricky Stenhouse 19th. Joey Logano ends up finishing 20th after Ross Chastain basically pulled a desperate situation to get into Denny Hamlin. And speaking of Denny, he ends up finishing 23rd. So, and Denny, he didn't really have. This was what I expected from Denny Hamlin. This was not this was not really a great race for Denny. Not a great race at all. So, yeah, this is what I expected. Zane Smith, 24th. Uh, Justin Haley, 25th. John Ernie Nemechek, 26th. Ty Dillon, 27th. I think he and Riley Herbst had some sort of like disagreement where Herbst just completely got into Ty Dillon and just completely went airborne, trying to send a message like let him know like he wasn't happy with it. Gregson 28th, Carson Hocevar 29th, and Riley Herbst, like I mentioned, finishes 30th. And yeah, there's the rest of the results. Kyle Busch, he just wants to get this season over with, man. He got wrecked, and not even heading into the first couple turns. Unfortunate for Kyle Busch. Austin Dillon as well. He got into the tire barriers. Now let's take a look at the playoff grid as it stands. Because as you guys know, this is the elimination race. The round of 8 is set. So yeah. So like I said, guys, both 2311 racing drivers, Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick, are out, and then we got Ross Chastain and Austin Cindric. Those two drivers were out. Like Ross Chastain, like I said, man, just the most those mistakes cost Ross Chastain. He outran. I feel like he did better than Logano in this race. It's just he just made mistakes that cost him. So yeah, and Joey Logano, man, he's in the round of 8. He's in the round of 8, man. Like round of 8 for Logano. We're gonna talk more about the round of 8. I'll be making a preview video, just like how I made a preview for the round of 12. I'll be making a preview for the round of 8. So yeah, that will be tomorrow. So yeah, stay tuned. So as of now, guys, here is the round of 8. Here are the round of 8 standings. Denny Hamlin currently leads it +8. Let's go. Uh, Ryan Blaney +6, Kyle Larson +4, and Byron +4. Then we got Christopher Bell -4, Chase Briscoe -14, Chase Elliott -14, and Logano -24. Briscoe, Elliott, and Logano definitely have definitely a big points gap. So yeah, guys, in conclusion, I feel like this race was, in my opinion, it's up there with Coda for the best road course race of the season. So, yeah, and congratulations to Shane Van Gisbergen, man, continuing to prove my point and continues to show you guys why he's the best road course racer in NASCAR specifically I've ever seen. So, again, shout out to SVG, man. You just as a generational performance. Like, sure, we have guys like in the lower series. Shout out to Corey Heim and Connor Zilic, man. I don't really mention those two drivers a lot, but like, man, but I've been watching them. They are outstanding, dude. They are outstanding. Corey Heim and Connor Zilic just got their 10th win in the Xfinity and Truck Series races. So shout out to y'all, man. You both are gonna become future superstars, man. 10 wins. Corey Heim just broke the Truck Series record for most wins in a single season. So it would be a travesty if neither one of them win the championship. It would be a travesty if they don't win the championship. And that can just continue to show this playoff format. It definitely needs a change. That's for sure. Yeah, guys, that's all I'm going to say right there. And yeah, what do you guys think about this race? Let me know in the comments. Congratulations to SVG once again. And anyways, guys, I'm going to be watching the Bills and Patriots game next. So that's going to be fun. And anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.